need to exercise. You need to work out. I can't believe that is your body style. Those are some comments that occur more and more in modern society. That is what is known as body shaming. Is body shaming something that you should engage in? Absolutely not. Are there some circumstances in which body shaming might be appropriate? I will leave that for you to decide, and that is what we call case by case, person by person, fact specific. I remember that about a year ago, one of my family members started telling me that I should encourage another family member to lose weight. The family member that said that to me is morbidly obese. Not that there's a problem with that. That's between that person and their doctor. None of my business. But that individual telling me that another individual should lose weight and saying it as though I should pressure them, mistreat them, and otherwise humiliate them, I found that to be incredibly offensive. Again, this is your personal choice. This is your decision. Say what you want. That led me to thinking about some of the reasons for divorce that I may sometimes overlook. I never associate somebody's body style with divorce. I never associate somebody's looks with divorce. I usually associate things such as infidelity, bad habits such as gambling, perhaps a bad habit such as overspending, and things of that nature. But I do not associate body style with divorce. Here's why. Because people have health complications. We're all getting older. No matter how old you are, we are all getting older. Let's look back to some Peyton Manning commercials, or Peyton Manning, if you have any idea what I'm talking about. And Peyton Manning commercials are funny now, but there used to be one where he would say some deliberately obnoxious things. Are you over 30 and you have a fat stomach and you can't get rock hard abs anymore? And so on and so forth, whatever the commercial was. I do not remember the exact verbiage or verbiage apparently, but I do remember it quite clearly as in, hey, wait a minute, I am over 30 and no, I do not have a six pack anymore. What's going on here? Is that a thing? If a woman has had multiple cesarean sections or had multiple pregnancies, do you really expect that person to have the same physique they did when they were 18 years old? Is that realistic? Does anybody really care? I know that this may be speaking out of turn, and I certainly hope that my wife wouldn't be embarrassed by me saying, but I love the way that she looks now. I find it to be as just beautiful as ever. I think the way that she looks now is more attractive and more appealing than before we had kids. Maybe it is because we've been together for so long and had our trials and tribulations. Maybe it's because we share a life together and we have 3 kids. I really couldn't say if all of that or those are the only reasons. I can say that I find her body style now, 3 kids later, to be more appealing than ever. There's something about her. I think she's more beautiful than when I first met her. Not everybody feels that way. Not everybody develops that sense about their partner. And I'm starting to wonder, because I'm hearing things from various people, nobody that is in my immediate friend circle, we're not friends, we're not folks, but I'm hearing things about people's life choices, about overeating, other people getting into shape when the other one doesn't. Maybe one partner takes one of those weight loss medications. There are things out there such as Ozempic, B12 shots, and a variety of other things from weight loss clinics and from physicians that may prescribe these things. Some of them are necessities. Some of them are because people voluntarily decide to lose weight. We see this with television personalities and movie personalities all of the time. I have no idea what his personal regimen is, but the most recent one that I've been reading about, and God knows why I read these things, but sometimes the tabloids show up and sometimes shorts and other videos show up in our YouTube feeds and Facebook feeds. And that most particular one recently is Jelly Roll. I'm not familiar with his music. Shame on me. I'm more of an 80s and 90s and early 2000s guy. Cannot help myself. I'll listen to New Radicals and Eric Carmen pretty much until I'm an elderly man, and Simple Plan and things like that. But anyway, I digress. It's quite possible that this may lead to divorces. Imagine a scenario, a hypothetical, where the wife is quote unquote overweight and she decides, you know what, I don't feel good about myself, the way I look. I'm getting older, but I don't have to look this way. I'm going to change some things. So the wife changes her diet. The wife gradually stops eating greasy foods and fried foods, switches toward more vegetables and fruits, and starts going to Zumba class and starts cycling and starts working out a little bit. Before you know it, she's lost weight. Her body has transformed into somebody that goes to the gym quite frequently, and her husband has not done the same workout regimen. So now you have two people who have different body styles. There's the dad bod, as they call it, and then there's the spouse, the wife, who's in supreme shape. Could that cause a rift in their marriage? Let's go the other way here. Let's say that the wife has just had baby number 4, and I think that we can all agree, hopefully, that when our spouses are pregnant gentlemen, that they have to necessarily gain some weight when they have the baby, and it's not easy to lose that weight because of all the soreness. They could be breastfeeding, they could be up all night long, their work schedule, their home life when they go back to work. My goodness, it's really not an easy thing. It's quite difficult, almost amazingly so. The balancing and the juggling that goes along with that, the blood, sweat, and tears. So let's say that the husband, wife has just had baby number 4. She is in the throes of being up all night long and readjusting again and taking care of all those kids. Not an easy task, to say the least. And suddenly the husband is going to the gym, lifting weights, running several miles a day, and has changed his diet, and now he's shredded and she's not. Is that something that can potentially lead to marital issues? Does it necessitate that before a husband or a wife starts exercising and working out that they clear it with the other party? What if the other party says, no, I'm not into it, so you don't do it either? I'm not sure that that's the right approach. But having a discussion about it, at least at the beginning, might not be the worst idea, rather than just simply doing it randomly and out of the blue. That could lead to some suspicion of things like infidelity, which is probably an unpleasant suspicion to have and something you don't really want to feel. But it's worth considering. It's worth considering whether somebody's body style, too big, too small, even too shredded, too muscular, whichever way it goes, at whatever time it happens within the context of a relationship, it may be worth considering whether or not that could be one of the causes of marital dissolution. Thanks for listening, everyone.